Dare not choose in your minds the work you would like to do when you leave the home of the students. You shall do what the Council of Vocations knows in its great wisdom, where you are needed by your brother men, better than you can know it in your unworthy little minds. And if you are not needed by your brother men, there is no reason for you to burden the earth with your bodies.
We knew this well in the years of our childhood, but our old curse broke our will. We were guilty and confess it here. We were guilty of the great transgression of preference. We preferred some work and some lessons to others. We loved the science of things. We wished to know about all things which made the earth around us. We think that there are mysteries in the sky and the water. We learned from our teachers that the earth is flat and that the sun revolves around it, which causes the day and night. We learned how to bleed men to cure them of all ailments. We loved the science of things. And in the secret hour, when we awoke and there were no brothers around us, but only their shapes in the beds and their snores, we closed our eyes, held our lips shut, stopped our breath that no shudder might let our brothers guess that we wished that we would be sent to the home of the scholars. All of the great modern inventions come from the home of the scholars, such as the newest one, which was found only 100 years ago. How to make candles from wax and string, and also how to make glass, which is put in our windows to protect us from the rain. To find these things, the scholars must study the earth and learn from the sands and the winds and the rocks. If we went to the home of the scholars, we could learn from these also. We could ask questions of these, for they do not forbid questions. Questions give us no rest. We must know that we may know. So we wished to be sent to the home of the scholars. We wished it so much that our hands trembled under the blankets, and we bit our arm to stop that other pain that we could not endure. It was evil, and we dared not face our brothers in the morning. And we were punished when the Council of Vocations came to give us our life mandates, which tell those who reach their 15th birthday what their work will be for the rest of their days. The Council of Vocations came the 1st of spring. We, who were 15, and all the teachers came into the Great Hall.
Justice 72724. Carpenter.
The will of our brothers be done.
So we waited in the Great Hall, and then we heard the Council of Vocations call our name.
Equality 72521.
They seemed older than the marble of the temple of the World Council. They sat before us and did not move. But we knew that they were alive, for a finger of the oldest rose, pointed to us and fell down again. This was the only thing which moved. The lips of the eldest did not move as they said,
Street sweeper.
We felt the cords of our neck grow tight as our head rose. We were happy. We knew we had been guilty, but now we had a way to atone for it. We would accept our life mandate. We would work for our brothers. We would erase our sin against them. We were proud. The will of our brothers be done. And we looked straight into the eyes of the council, but their eyes were as cold blue glass buttons. So we went to the home of the street sweepers. There is a sundial in its courtyard by which the council of the home can tell the hour of the day and when to ring the bell. When the bell rings, we arise from our beds. The sundial marks off a half hour while we dress and eat our breakfast. Then we go to work in the streets of the city. When the sun is high, we return to the home for our midday meal. 1/2 hour is allowed. Then we go to work again. When the shadow is blue on the pavements, we come back to have dinner. 1 hour is allowed. Then the bell rings and we walk to one of the city halls for the social meeting. Other columns of men arrive from the homes of the different trades. The candles are lit and the councils of the different homes stand in a pulpit. They speak to us of our duties and of our brother men. Then visiting leaders mount the pulpit and they read to us the speeches made in the city council that day, for the city council represents all men. Then we sing hymns, the hymn of brotherhood, the hymn of equality, the hymn of the collective spirit. Then we walk to the city theatre for 3 hours of social recreation. There is a play up on the stage from the home of the actors, which we speak and answer all together in 2 great voices. The plays are about toil and how good it is. Then we walk back to the homes. The sky is like a black sieve, pierced by silver drops that tremble, ready to burst through. We go to our beds, and we sleep till the bell rings again. The sleeping halls are white and clean, and bare of all things, save 100 beds. Thus we have lived each day of 4 years, until 2 springs ago when our crime happened. Thus must all men live until they are 40. At 40 they are worn out. At 40 they are sent to the home of the useless, where the old ones live. The old ones do not work. The state takes care of them. They sit in the sun in summer, and they sit by the fire in winter. They do not speak, for they are weary. The old ones know that they are soon to die. When a miracle happens, and some live to be 45, they are the ancient ones. Such is to be our life, and that of all our brothers and of the brothers who came before us. Such would have been our life had we not committed our crime, which changed all things for us. We had been a good street sweeper, save for our cursed wish to know. We looked too long at the stars at night, and at the trees and at the earth. And when we cleaned the home of the scholars, we gathered the glass vials, the pieces of metal, the dried bones which they had discarded. We wished to keep these things and to study them. And then we made the discovery